Hey, welcome to my shower. First time I've done a video in the shower. So here we are, just hanging out in the shower. And so hot summer legs. The first half is getting them back in shape. The second half is making the appearance of the skin a little bit better than what it was. And around spring is when we tend to shed a lot of extra skin, all those layers that have been kind of hanging around all winter. They start to slough off, and some of you might notice your skin is peeling a lot more if you guys are not regularly exfoliating in the shower. And I know lots of people don't even think of it. A lot of us focus on our face and we don't think about our body, but you should be at least once a week building it into your routine so that you can kind of stay ahead of it and maintain it. So the first half is in my shower, the second half is out. And I'm also going to show you the routine to make them look and feel beautiful and glistening and absolutely perfect under any shorts, dresses, or anything that you're going to be wearing. I've been doing this routine for about 2 weeks. I've been exfoliating most of the winter, but what I'm putting you through here in terms of the moisturization component of it, that blend I just figured out a couple weeks ago, and I love it. It actually, like my skin, if you see that shine to it, this is like the natural sheen to it. I didn't put any special creams on that have shimmer in it. So your skin really comes around with this routine. The second thing I want to show you is we have great skin on our legs once we've got that part down, but we don't have the tan to make them look a little bit healthier and sun-kissed. What do? So I have a little bit of a routine for that coming up, so stick with this video and you'll catch that at the end. It's like the makeup of the legs, and so if you're wearing a beautiful dress or shorts or anything like that, it's going to enhance all this work, all the working out and shape of your legs to the skincare you're going to be doing. I really only do this for sure once a week. I do like the full regime, and then in the shower, when I remember the do confidence part of it, I do every shower if I can remember to. Otherwise, the big, huge process once to twice a week. So first thing I do is I get into the shower and I let the shower steam up and warm up and get my skin all nice and ready for the exfoliation, because you want the skin to loosen up a little bit. And then the next thing that I do is Bamboo Renew. This basically has polishing walnut shell powder and bamboo, and it just gets rid of the excess dead skin. It also has nourishing oils in it to help sort of balance out everything. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of go over just to wet my legs so you guys can kind of see, and see how it just beads off. Like, you probably can't see that, but my legs are very moist. Okay, so then I just take a little bit of the, I need to get another one of these. Actually, I have one, thank God. So you don't need too much, just kind of about that much. So you just want to get it emulsified and ready in your hands. And now you're just going to do little circles and all over your legs. So I kind of go all over my legs. And so this is where you really want to focus on the backs, especially all of those people that have office jobs, or you've been working from home and there's like there's a lot of sitting that's been happening. You probably have ingrown hairs underneath that need to work out. Those can take a little bit of time. Each time you exfoliate will loosen the skin around there, and they'll start to come out, and then with shaving and follow-up exfoliating, they'll start to work out completely. So I do that for about, I don't know, 30 seconds, I would say. So then you just rinse it, not just on your legs. You get very familiarized with your body doing all this, by the way. Then comes the component of shaving our legs, okay? So you can use either the men's shave gel, which, I'll be honest, I feel like I'm wasting it because it's got some really good stuff in there for men's faces, and I just feel guilty robbing it from my husband. So what I've gotten into, and I think I'm gonna do a live on this one. If you've watched this before I did the live on it, then it's coming. So I've really gotten into Soap and Joy tomato seed and lavender hand soap. This guy, it should say hand and body because it's so gentle. It can be used anywhere. Like, it's not like that really rough hand soap that leaves your hands completely stripped. It's super concentrated. Like, this bottle is 30 something, but you probably have it for months and months and months, because when you wash your hands, and I probably talked about this, or I will be, you need literally about that much to wash your whole hands. And it's creamy and hydrating. It's got treatment built right into it. Like, they were so smart to make this. So I use this as shaving cream now because it froths up so well. So as you're gonna see, it's really creamy, makes it excellent to shave with, glides right over top of it, and your skin doesn't dry out, which is the main thing. So now you can just basically shave your legs as you normally would. And the thing is, I use the Chic Quattro. It is such a great razor. Like, I used to use women's, but I often found that, I don't know, they didn't get as close as the men's. And it has been great. It gets so nice and close. See how nice that's gliding? Best shaving cream for women's legs. And you don't have to feel as guilty because you don't need too much of it. It's a great soap. It won't irritate. If you've got the driest hands on earth because you're a nurse, it's perfect. Especially after you've been washing your hands and all that soap at work, you're gonna want a soap that's not gonna continue drying your hands out, and it has treatment built in it. So the next part of it is doing the Dew Confidence. So this guy I've talked about before. It has lots of great ingredients. It's super duper concentrated. It's all pure oils. There's no fillers. You got substantial treatment in here. Dew Confidence is tightening, toning, helps with cellulite, that sort of stuff. And okay, I'm, like I said, pretty skeptical as a rule. I was like, will it actually help with cellulite? Come on. And so I know the theory. I studied this theory about it, so I wanted to be sure. Like, I didn't want to waste it for that, because I use it for my face and I know it tightens my facial skin up. Anyway, so I started getting into using it properly, and you have to use it every day, and it takes about a month, but my cellulite is definitely shifting. No, I'm not going to share a photo of my bum, but so what I'm doing here is to the backs, because I do have a bit of cellulite toward the back of my thighs. So basically in the shower, when your skin is still wet, because it's going to take the treatment in a little bit better, you massage it into your bum or your tummy, wherever you have stretch marks or cellulite or things that you want to tighten up and tone. You're going to make sure that you really massage it in, and that's the most important part, is making sure you're massaging it in so that it's going into the cells and doing its job. So it will loosen the junctions. There's little tight junctions that kind of align the cells, and there's tight, like a web that kind of sits in between everything. And over time, it gets stiff with age and all the things. It doesn't have anything to do with weight necessarily. And what happens is this stuff's going to seep in, and it starts to really soften those. It's almost like elastic bands. And so the elastic bands, when they get tight and rigid, they start to pucker your skin because they really they don't have give and elasticity. So this is going to give back some of that elasticity, and slowly you'll start to see them shift. The thing is, you gotta not doubt it, you gotta keep doing it. And you don't need much, and my bottle lasts me a long time. I use it everywhere. Like, I absolutely love the Dew Confidence. So you let that, and then you just give it a light rinse. People ask why. That's mostly because if you're sensitive to, say, peppermint or anything like that, it's to remove those sorts of things. I'm not, so I give it a very light rinse, and I actually even apply it once I get out again. So I do that to the backs of my legs, I do that to all the other spots I want extra love. And then what I do to the rest of my legs is this amazing, oh, my favorite product. This is one of my favorites. Like, I love this so much. It is a nourishing scrub, but it's really, really gentle. So I can follow up and do a polishing with it. Assuming you don't have super sensitive skin. If you do, you might just want to use it by itself on other days when you're not shaving. I can handle it, no problem. So it has all kinds of good stuff in it, tons. It makes your skin so incredibly soft. David actually uses it on his shins because he gets really itchy, dry, thin shins, and he's a guy, he's not gonna put lotion on every day. So he puts it on in the shower before he gets out, and then there's a layer of lotion that is, so I'm trying to talk to you. There's a layer of lotion basically that's left on there, so his skin is really soft. And for me, it really is like a nice aftershave that kind of starts to work into softening the skin before you get out to the next part. And make sure your hands are a bit wet. And again, this is it's not really rough, it's very soft. You want to keep just rubbing it in until, and I don't go on the backs of my legs because I have the Do Confidence there. I do this to the front, I do this to the bottoms, my whole body really. And you just work it in until it melts. It's gonna melt into like basically just pure oil. You'll not feel any sugar left at all. So let it kind of sit and soften and maybe do your other things like your face care in the shower if that's what you're doing. And then just before you get out, a little rinse. Just to get any of extra residue. It just beads right off. So you've got one layer of moisture already on your legs that we're gonna seal in after. Okay, now for the next part of this, what I do when I get out of the shower. So I take my Do Confidence first because it's the tonic and it's the lightest. And I go ahead and I have a swimsuit under here just for making sure that I don't give a peep show. So, just so you know. So I basically rub that into the backs of my thighs. You don't have to do this, but I like to get that Do Confidence in there as much as possible. So I do it until my legs are basically soaked up the Do Confidence. Then I take a little bit of body oil. So you could use the Do Confidence again. I'm using up a bunch of oils. And so I go ahead and do this. And I'll just show you on my lower leg here, just for visual, so then you guys can kind of commit it to memory a little bit easier. But obviously I do this all over the legs. I want to seal it. So either you can use cream of the crop, which this is the heavier shea butter version. I use this more so in the winter. And sometimes I use both, depending, because this is the new 40 Cure Cream. It is fantastic. They switched the beeswax in it to plant wax, so it's now vegan, and I really love it. So this is a restorative, reparative type lotion. So if you have eczema or anything on your body, this is your guy, including your face. So so if you have like dry, inflamed, cracked skin or anything like that, that you need a little extra healing from it, this would be the one I would choose out of the two. In the winter, I do both because I literally need extra moisture. I need the thickness of the cream of the crop body cream, and then towards the summer, I just use the 40 Cure because my skin sometimes are outside and sun has been touching things and I really want it to heal any of that. But honestly, I do this like once a week. I pick a Saturday where I can just just slough off like all the life that's happened all week. And it feels really good. And then you just have to go like on a Tuesday and do like half of it even, or just I do most of it in the shower. But that's basically what I do. My legs are super soft and smooth. And then it really helps for the third part, which I will be back and show you what that's all about. And welcome to part 3 of getting your gorgeous summer legs ready. So I have on one of my little cover-ups that I got in Mexico back in the days when we could travel. I do miss it, but it'll be perfect for covering up other parts and kind of fits within you want to have nice legs, summer. We're eventually gonna get there. It's going to happen and we're gonna be ready with our amazing summer ready legs. So I wanna show you this part. I'm going to have to change the direction of the camera so that you can watch my legs as I apply the glaze. I just switched to this other summery shirt. Maybe we can bring summer on if we just start to wear summer clothes. Because I gotta say, putting on shorts was really nice. So, okay, so we've done all our things in the shower, so that part's done. And there's gonna be 2 types of people. There's gonna be people that have really white legs that are like, I'm not showing those bad boys until I've got a little bit of tan. There's some people that never do tan. And then there's people that have a bit of a nice glow to their legs because they have really nice skin color already. Then there's someone like me that's kind of like, I'm in the middle of all of that somewhere. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a glaze for our legs. Now I've talked about the Perfect Glow Body Bronzing Lotion. I think I've demonstrated to you what it's like if you put it on full strength. And it does become water resistant, so it doesn't wash off super easily. So if you're at the beach, you're like, why why would I wear that product if it's gonna wash off? Well, you have a bit of resistance, so it's actually not too bad. I've gone to a pool party and still, at the end of it, my legs were still bronzed and beautiful. So we have 3 different types. There is one called rose gold, it's over there, but I'm just for the sake of this, I'm not gonna bring it out because I like to use a blend of these 2, which is the gold and the bronze. So gold is perfect if you like the tone of your skin, you just want a little bit of sheen to it. Now, some people are like, I want a bit of sheen, but I don't want actual shine. So I'm gonna show you 2 different ways to use it. So you will have completely summer-ready legs, and there'll be nothing to make you feel insecure because it will highlight all the work you did from working out. It will highlight the work you did from all the nice scrubbing and shaving, and they'll just glisten. So the first thing is, I would suggest if you're gonna do covering up. So I'm gonna do one leg full strength, one leg with the glaze. Go straight in with bronze. I wanna show you how bronzing this is because it is amazing. So when you do use the bronzer, I forgot to mention, it is ideal if you put the lotion or the oil, the body oil on just before you do this. And so now I'm just gonna start to rub it in because it will glide on a lot smoother. It'll look much more even. And again, this is not an actual tanning lotion, so you don't have to worry about it getting all over your hands or turning you orange, but you do want to make sure that you let it dry before you put on your clothes. So now I'm just going to do my top of my leg. So you can really control the amount of tan that you have. So if you just want a little bit of tan, you don't really have to, because it looks pretty dark when you actually see it. Okay, so now I think you can see the difference between this one looks kind of pinkish white, and this one has a little bit of a bronze hue to it. But again, I didn't use it super dark, so you're not seeing the full effect. Now I'm gonna show you what it's like full. So you want bronze legs. You're like, give me all the bronze. Don't forget your feet, whatever you do. It will be very obvious. Okay, so that is the darkness of my leg compared to this one. It does look like a nice tan bronze. It doesn't look orange, which is the main important part. So now if you're one of those people that you're like, oh, but I'm really pasty, what you can do is mix a little bit of bronze with a little bit of the gold, and it will lighten it. The rose gold, you could also do that as well, if rose gold and the bronze, or rose gold on its own if you're just really light and you just want a bit of shine. So now I'm going to show you the second part, which is kind of how I tend to wear it myself. So I like mixing things, you know this. So what I do is I take a little bit of the body oil. So I put some of the body oil on my legs. So then I'm going to take a little bit of gold, a very tiny amount of bronze, like literally probably that much. And then I take a little bit of the body oil. Now you can put this onto a palette. I just do it in my hands. Often I'll even put a little bit of lotion in there. Like sometimes what I'll do is I'll put my lotion on and then I'll put a bit of lotion in with this because it makes it a little bit more dilute. It's not quite as intense. But if you want a little bit of a healthy shine to your legs, putting the body oil will really accentuate it. And so of course you can do this on your arms, your shoulders, your back, wherever. And you just let that dry. And so now you can see the difference between my 2 legs. And see that very subtle shine? You can see right down the leg right there. So when I move it, you can actually, so if you're outside, you get this really nice, it's almost like your skin is just really healthy kind of glow, but they can't really see anything. It's very subtle. And so I tend to do this probably the most. It's the easiest. I don't have to spend a lot of time worrying, is it rubbing off on something, you know? But some days when you're like, okay, I need a tan, then this is your guy. Because like, look how amazing that looks. So if you're like me and you like to have both options, you just want to get both bottles, it will last you twice as long, and I use it for all kinds of things. Like, it's actually, and you'll be seeing me use it, I'll be training you guys, thinking outside the box things like I often do. So just another view. Okay, so the reason I wanted to post that now, even though we're having days where we're still having a bit of snow, is because it will take a while for it to come in. You're gonna wanna practice with it. And you know what? If we have a few warm days and you just wanna feel good in your house, wearing shorts, I think you should. If you wanna take a few photos of your new body that you've been working out to get, then it's a perfect time to use it. I hope this summer leg video is everything you need to finish off that last little bit